If you're anything like me, you've got goals. Man, do you have goals. But they're the same goals you had 5 years ago, and you're no closer to achieving them today than when you started. Yeah, kind of sucks. We've got a problem. So what are we going to do about it? I'm Andrew, and I host a podcast called We've Got a Problem, where I've interviewed more than 70 guests about what they did to become successful so that I can share it with everybody. I started the podcast over a year and a half ago because I was facing the same problems that we're all facing, and I'd hoped I'd learn how to be a better human, be better at making change stick, and most of all, maybe someday learn why I have so much trouble turning my dreams into a reality. I'd hoped to uncover the secrets of the wealthy, the tricks that smart people use to succeed, and shortcuts I could take to world domination. And you know what I found out? There aren't any secrets. The path to success isn't complicated, but it isn't an easy one to traverse either. So why do people fail to achieve their goals? Based on the interviews I've conducted and my own personal experience, 4 things keep us from achieving our dreams. Lack of priorities, lack of personal ownership, lack of a concrete, actual written plan, and focus on perfectionism over progress. Now look, I struggle with all 4 of those things, especially that last one. If you guys are interested in learning more about perfectionism and possibly slaying that dragon, let me know in the comments and I can probably address that in another video. For now though, let's look at these 4 things in detail. Number 1, lack of priorities, or as I like to call it, goal overload. This may come as a shock to some of you, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. You can't do everything at once, at least not well. You can't do everything at once. You can't do everything at once. You are not Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
The longer that success eludes you, the more damaging it is to your self-image. You start to doubt yourself. You know, maybe I'm not an entrepreneur. Maybe I'm not cut out for this.
Focus on just one value at a time. So it's pretty hard to change full stop. And if you're just focusing on one thing, you've kind of got half a chance to actually implement it.
If you try to take on too much, the major risk is that you'll become overwhelmed and then get discouraged because you're not making any progress. Trust me, I've been there. You probably have too. We know this. Even if you plow through, the progress you make is likely going to be so small that you won't be able to see it. And that's when you start to feel like the sacrifices you had to make weren't worth the price that you paid. So you've got to prioritize. What's the most important goal for you right now? No, I actually want you to tell me. Is it to get out of debt, build an exercise habit, find love, quit smoking, launch your aimless podcast and number 1 and make all the money? That's probably just me, but whatever it is, get specific and clear on the most important thing and start there. Write down your goals in priority order and then work on them in that order. Have you heard of the Ivy Lee method? It's basically that. If you haven't heard of it, check out the link in the description to a great article by James Clear. Number 2 is lack of personal ownership. You and only you are responsible for achieving your goals. Other people can help you, they can support you, they can be there for you along the way. But at the end of the day, the responsibility for making those dreams come true rests solely on your shoulders. You can't delegate your goals to other people. With some goals, this makes sense. You know that you can't send somebody to the gym for you, have them work out, and get any benefit from it. You can't pay somebody to quit smoking for you. It's the physical and mental experience of going through the process that makes the change stick. We know this, and yet sometimes we forget when it comes to our goals.
You're the one that has the choice, and instead of blaming other people for all of the things that are going on and what's happening to you, to just take accountability for, okay, well, this is what's happened. I'm the one that's got the power to make the changes that I want for the future.
It's easy to blame our circumstances or other people or the government or pick anything for why we haven't gotten or done what we wanted. But ultimately, whether you succeed or fail, you have a lot of control in this situation.
We're not always going to have a smooth run and get all the things that we hope we do in life. And, you know, to be honest, if that happened, life would actually be probably very boring.
You might not be in control of everything in your life, but if you own your weird, take ownership of your goals, and focus on changing the things that you can change, you're going to have a leg up. We're going for progress, not perfection.
You have to get your mind off thinking, I am not good enough, to what more can I do to be where I would like to be and live the choices that I have made successfully.
Number 3 is lack of a plan. Once you've got your priorities straight and you've taken ownership, you need a real, concrete, actionable plan, preferably something written down. When they go to build a skyscraper, the construction workers don't just show up one day and start building whatever occurs to them in the moment. They have detailed blueprints that they follow in order, step by step, to get it done. Beyond not having a plan, the place most people fail is their plan is not realistic. Hope is not a plan, but for a lot of us, that's as far as we get. If you think the only way you're going to get out of debt or send your kids to college or retire comfortably is to win the lottery, I gotta be honest, that's not a realistic plan. I mean, to a lot of us, that sounds absurd. We get it. You know you're more likely to get struck by lightning at the same time you're winning a gold medal while in a plane that's in the process of crashing than you are to, say, win the Powerball jackpot. But look at how we handle other goals in our lives. We hear about some secret workout that the Hollywood stars do that melts stubborn belly fat, and we start doing the few exercises from that workout that we like, thinking that that's all we have to do. We buy get-rich-quick courses from TV, we follow oversimplified investing advice of TikTok and Instagram influencers, and we basically look for every shortcut we can find. And yeah, we might not be willing to do the work, but if you're watching this video, I don't think that's the case. I think it's mostly that we don't realize how much work achieving our goals actually will take, not that we're not willing to do it. We lack perspective. We think it's easier for other people because we look at the finished product and assume that they started out that way. Have a written, realistic, detailed plan. Luck favors the prepared. Are you going to follow that plan, stick to it 100% the entire time? No. Highly doubtful. In fact, I can virtually guarantee that you won't. But the fact that you've done the thinking will help you pivot when things fall to pieces. You're going to have to reevaluate, rewrite, reassess your plan as you get further down the road, but you've got to make your best guess and get started. The fourth way that people fail is pursuit of perfection. People become obsessed with finding the right way instead of one that's good enough. It's easy to become fixated on finding the number one best way to achieve a goal instead of one that's good enough to get started. If you're searching for ways to get out of debt, for example, you'll probably get drawn into the debate over the debt snowball approach versus paying off higher interest rate balances first. The debt snowball approach is basically one where you list all your debts in order from smallest balance to largest and ignore the interest rate entirely. You focus all your effort on paying off that smallest balance and then you move to the next one on down the list. If you follow the debt snowball approach, you will end up paying more in interest over time. However, the momentum created by rapidly checking off balances from your list shouldn't be underestimated. Whatever you do, at some point you're going to need to pick one and go with it. I mean, let's be honest, looking for that perfect option may just be an excuse not to try in the first place. As I said before, we're going for progress, not perfection. And if we never get started because we haven't found that perfect option, we're never going to get where we want to go. Look at what's working, make a plan that you can stick to, commit to it, and get started. Get started. No matter what you do, that's probably the most important thing. Just get started. What are you going to do today that takes you one step closer to your goal? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, we don't have a problem, we've got an opportunity.